50 kilometres, 1,277 metres of elevation. The Hurtwood 50k, a route that climbs higher than 232 giraffes stacked end to end. And I've got 10 hours to survive it. In 2023, I ran my first marathon, just over 6 hours. And now here I am, trying to go further, higher, harder than anything I've ever done before. I'm not an elite, I'm not a pro. I'm just a normal runner trying to do something that feels utterly impossible to me. That's why I've teamed up with Runner and have followed their ultra training plan for the last 16 weeks. The training is done, now it's time to run further than I ever have before.
Alright, see you later, thank you.
This ultra means a lot to me. I'm a quitter. I find it hard to stick to anything. I've hated running for a long time.
This is right, I don't like it.
I could barely run 5k, so how was I ever going to attempt an ultra? All I wanted to do was races like this, but I felt punished for not being good enough, fast enough, or even fit enough to line up. Today is the day I prove I can do this. I just need to not quit.
Yeah, it's a bit muddy.
Oh, these are big steps. That's some foreshadowing for later, isn't it? I've got to come back up these again, right at the end. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I think, firstly, there's a lot of riding on it for me. Like, this is the gateway into my dream type of running.
8 years, maybe I'd think at least, I've wanted to do an ultra. Didn't think it would be possible because that's a lot of effort, isn't it?
So it's ticked over 5k in 45 minutes, which I'm not too happy about. However, the first 5k is basically just uphill in my opinion, so maybe I can break some ground a bit now. And just like that I feel better. Just help someone with a better nav. That was useful. A small thing like that goes a long way. Right, come on. We can enjoy this now.
Did you navigate in the right direction though?
Yeah, of course I did.
That would be a real bummer if that.
And I'm here a lot quicker than I was expecting to be, so. Leaf Hill, round one, conquered. Biggest elevation on the route. That sucked. But now it's a massive downhill to the aid station, so happy days. Get me some scran. Right, checkpoint one. What are we doing? At 1 hour 50, something like that. Happy with that. Thank you.
So a big thing that I did with this block is commit to 4 days a week. You're only at max getting 2 days off between runs, so very much in the mindset of I run. And honestly, the compound load of 4 extra runs a month make a massive difference. And instantly, within a couple of weeks, I was seeing big results in my fitness and my mentality, and that really, really did help.
Oh, from Leaf Hill it feels like we've been absolutely flying. Loving the feel of this. Don't know how long this is going to go for.
So after Leaf Hill, it's a big descent. I had George, one of our videographers, filming with me, and he's faster than me, but I felt that he couldn't keep up with me. I was flying, and I was keeping up with people around me. Descents are my speciality. I'm good at running technically downhill, and that really, really motivated me and put me in a good mindset. Another big thing that really helped was my ability to kind of be flexible with my plan. I was using Runner to train for this challenge, and the ability to skip runs, reassign runs, be flexible with my weeks really helped. I still work full time. I travel a lot for work. In this training block, I've been in Japan for 2 weeks. I've been to New York for a week, countless weekends working. I do not have a good lifestyle to be consistent throughout weeks to weeks. But there was always one thing kind of backing me in the corner that I knew that I would be able to follow the plan and change the plan if I had to, but know that I'd still be getting the consistent training I needed week in, week out.
I can only describe, not to keep going on about the mud, but I can only describe the last 5-6k as pigs in swallow. Like, Jesus, ouch. I haven't seen my feet for about an hour.
And about 3k before the next checkpoint is a lot of single track footpaths in between fields that are privately owned, and they're small footpaths. You know, they are 1 foot in front of the other type kind of running, and those footpaths were a slip and slide. As I got to them, I was descending quite fast and saw 3-4 people in front of me, about 50 meters in front of me, completely stack it and fall over. Because of that confidence I had coming down the last 3k of similar terrain, I was like, oh, they're not as good as me. I'll just breeze through and it'll be fine. Got to the same point, legs disappeared, and I grabbed some barbed wire on the way down and really sliced quite a deep hole in the palm of my left hand. No.
I just cut my hand open on some barbed wire.
To come from this big kind of like, right, come out of this big hole, I've now proven to myself that I'm useful and should be here. I'm now like, yeah, I'm flying, I'm good at this running thing, I've put the training in, to then suddenly, actually mate, no, get back in your lane. You're not deserving to be here. That's how it felt. It felt that like, this was like a sign of, no, you don't f about, go home. But it was only my hand. And yeah, it did hurt, but I don't need my hand to run, do I? I just need legs.
Ouch. I really hurt myself. Big gash. I'm gonna have to go to medical at the next checkpoint and get that sorted out, because although I do have a first aid kit, I'm not sure I have the means to sort that out.
I think previously would have been game over. I wouldn't have even got to the point of being able to do that. I would have quit way before that. But yeah, these sort of things, I think, are there to test you, and you kind of either rise above or let them kind of take over.
Right, checkpoint 2, which is probably the big checkpoint for me. It's the start of the loop, which is basically almost on the way home, which, to be honest, I'm very f***ing happy about, because this is me. I love this. It's raining, I'm in the elements. It's muddy, it's hard. I had a slight injury. I'm being tested. I'm into that. But me, this is hard.
The loop was by far the hardest part of the race. Don't know why, but it's the bleakest part of the race. There's no one around, and you know you're at the turning point, but that turning point doesn't seem to ever happen. The course is the worst there. There's a few Ks of essentially running through streams, a bit of road. There's just lots of mud and trees. Between checkpoint 2 and 3 is by far the hardest part of the race.
All right, halfway. I was just given all the aid you could possibly need at an aid station. Oh God, I feel delightful. I feel like an angel has swept me up, given me a warm hug and a bath. and straightened my hair and said, "It's all right, Tom. You can do this." Been hit by a big ton of bricks. I think when we get to the next aid station, I need a bit of a reassess. Oh, my legs have gone. I don't know what to do right now.
Heading into darkness really didn't bother me. For the last 2 months, have run 80% of my runs in the dark on the trails with a head torch alone anyway. I was quite conditioned for that. But what I haven't done is run in the dark when I can't stand up straight because the trails are so slippery. And add in the fact that you can't really see the trail until you're right on top of it because it's dark, really kind of took it out of me.
This is it. Yeah. Leith Hill, baby.
At that point as well, we're talking like 40 plus K into the run. I was quite physically fatigued. My hip flexors and everything had kind of had enough. And so had I really. It was definitely a very much head down slog, get home as quick as possible. And a lot of that just meant just walking. There was a lot of miles I was just walking. Around me, people were in a similar situation. It was just one foot in front of each other, try not to fall over, try not to slip over and move forward. I was asking myself the question, can you run? And if the answer was inevitably, well, yeah. So then I'd answer that question with, well, why aren't you running? Ironically, that really just made me run. There was the fact as well that I just didn't want to be overtaken anymore. And there was a head torch about 400 meters behind me for a good couple of kilometers. I don't know if they're catching, or I don't know if I'm losing them. So I just put my head down and just kept moving as fast as I could. The final maybe K and a half, when you're kind of just running it in, you're running through suburban streets of Dorking. A lot went through my head. I got quite emotional. I thought that when I get there, I'd break down, I'd collapse. There were so many scenarios going through my head that resulted in me just being in pure emotional state of agony. And when I got to the finish line, I kind of just felt like nothing. I was numb.
This is the hardest thing I've ever done. The hardest conditions I've ever run in. For the most part, I've done it with a big smile on my face.
Everything I've done throughout most of my life, I've always kind of half-assed stuff. Motivation to complete stuff for me is a big thing. I struggle with that with my diet, with fitness, with personal life. And this is something where I didn't let that be an excuse to fall away. And this isn't just a 16-week training block. This has been a year-long kind of mission. This started in January this year. A big key takeaway I think I've got from this, a big learning, is tell whatever thing is in your head to just shut the f up. If you want to do something, just do it. And this is just the start. This 50K was the proving ground of, can I do big, scary things? The answer is yes.